Well, welcome back. It is a little chilly this morning. It's about 19 degrees, so I've got my machine on, and it is nice and toasty in that cab over there, so that's where I'm going to be. I'm going to show you, I laid out where the well is going to be. So this is the center, what I have decided to be the center. What that is basically 10 feet from that, about a foot off the edge of that side of the cactus garden, and about a foot off the side of my little erosion bank there. So that's going to be the whole, it'll be 21 foot total diameter. That's with the 3-foot shelf on this soil that's been disturbed. I want to shelf it back. I talked about that in that other video. I'll tell you what, it is very nice and warm in this cab. I don't see why anyone would buy a machine and not spend the extra $6,000 to get a cab, because you'd be miserable right now. And there's been a bunch of situations like the dust when I was loading the dirt would have been terrible. It's well worth the other $6,000, believe me. Let's go. First is just dig the total circle, which will get all the spoils, the loose spoils off the top, and then I'll start going down. So basically there'll be a 3-foot around the circle. There'll be a little 3-foot ledge, which will make it safer. Got the 21-foot hole shelved down about 3 feet. Now what I'm doing is digging the ramp, what would be the ramp out of it. I'm going 2 buckets wide, which should give me enough room to maneuver a little bit in there. I may end up cutting it a little bit wider to be able to turn around. Once I get down in there, I'm gonna have to take, when I get real deep down in the hole, I won't be able to throw the dirt out. So I'm gonna have to grab a scoop, turn around, and drive out. So probably going to make it a little bit wider, right where the machine will be sitting to dig the deepest point. Alright, so now I'm going to dig the inner circle of the 21 foot, which will be 15-foot diameter. And that's going to go all the way down to the bottom of the well. I'm going to keep throwing the dirt behind me. Once I get too big of a pile, I'll stop and go ahead and haul that up and dump it on the road, just to get it out of the way. Let's get going. See the difference in when I got to this undisturbed dirt with all the rock in it. It's a lot more stable, in that section. That's what it's going to be all the way down. There'll be some layers in there if it's like it was in the pond anyway. We'll see what's down there. so the machine's not being real loud. Checking out my little pile of brush debris. That's about 11 feet so far. I need to shelf down the side here where I can get deeper. Shelf this down as far as I can. Behind me I'll dig a ramp to get back out of it. A little at a time, I'll get there. Don't see any moisture coming in the bottom yet. It's pretty dry still. Alright, got the ramp dug down into it and I shelved it right there. That's where the machine will sit. So let's go down there. You got to think about is make enough room to spin around, because you can't spin around and it's too steep to drive out, you're stuck. Hopefully I can drive out, but I should be able to spin around. I'll put my bucket straight up in the air. Let's try it. here. I think it'll be alright. So what I'm doing is just dig a little on the bottom and then just pull it back and work my way back out of the hole and pull it, all them spoils with me, and then go back in and do it again. I can keep going like this as far as I need to go, or until I hit solid rock. Alright, so change the implements on the machine. This is that frost ripper. I haven't used it before. I'm hoping that it's going to be able to tear through this soil. It's real tough. I can't get through it with the 48-inch bucket. I could probably dig it a little better with the 18-inch bucket, of course, but I bought the frost ripper for this purpose, so I'm going to break it in. Looks like it works pretty good. Well worth the $1,200. Well, I'm gonna go through and break this up in this hole, and then I gotta swap back to the bucket to get the spoils out of it. It's gonna be a slow process. It is what it is. Once it's dug, it's dug. It'll be worth it. I definitely don't want it too shallow in case we get a dry spell and there's not much water in the pond. I want the well to work all the way to the very end. It might take me another whole day to get down to the depth I want, as hard as this ground is. This is the second time. So the frost ripper is about 30 inches long, about 2.5 foot. I dug it, tore through it all the way until I didn't have any length left on that. Took that material out, and now I'm back down here again, but it seems like it's harder now than it was that other layer. I'll show you. I'm sitting at about 14 feet right now before I take out this other material now that I'm going to do. So that should get me around 16, but I want to get down to 20. So I'm probably going to have to shelf this down again where the machine's sitting as well to get it deep enough. I don't think I'll be able to reach all the way to the bottom. A little at a time. It's already 3 o'clock now in the afternoon, so probably going to be another day on just digging the hole. It's worth it though. I watched a YouTube video of a guy, and he lives in Cherlingua. It's by Big Bend. He was getting interviewed, and a lady asked him about showering, and he said, well, if no one's around, do you really smell? The answer is yes. Yes, you do. So this trip I only brought 110 gallons of water with me, trying to keep the weight down on the trailer. So I've been real conservative on the showers. I've been taking one every 5 days, which it's a little rough. Your head starts itching after a couple days. At least I'm not sweating though, because the temperatures are pretty cool. But yeah, having an unlimited amount of water to be able to shower whenever you want is worth spending the rest of my trip to dig this hole. So that's how I feel about it. It's gonna happen a little at a time. I've got a jackhammer too. If it's too hard, I'll break the jackhammer out and I'll work my way down about 16 inches at a time. I'll get there. Well, as you can see, the ramp got a lot longer and deeper. I still have no water coming in the hole. I'm gonna go measure it. I was about 3 feet below the top of the water in the pond already before I dug this last lift out. So let's go see where we're at now. Feels like it's going to be cold tonight. It's already pretty cold. Cloudy. Sun already went behind the mountain. It's about 5:30. It's a long ways down. Yeah, I knew I was looking at it from the machine. I said, man, that's got to be below the water already. So I shot it with my instrument over there. And yeah, it was about 3 feet below at that point. I got a little mark. See that? That pink construction paint mark right there. That's the same elevation as that right there that I shelved on the other side. The water's 4 feet below that shelf over there. Let's see what we got here. Well, looks like we're about 4 foot below the water level over there. Yeah, this is I'm standing up, by the way. Deep hole here. It's solid though, it ain't going nowhere. Only thing I have to worry about is one of those rocks coming off the top on top of me. Yeah, this stuff is all solid. I don't see how guys used to hand dig these back in the day. You can see the different layers. This is all rock. All that's rock. I'm basically digging through rock right now. Yeah, I was really hoping to see some water wicking in the side though by now. I got a plan B. You can see the weird, see that line of rock, it goes down and then it kind of levels off and then it goes back up. Some weird layering here. Well, let's see if I can get back out of here. Machine beat me up today. I'm tired. And then I'm going to go top the machine off with diesel and blow out the air filter, all the dust out of it, and grease just the bucket. That's the only thing that really needs to be greased every day. I grease the machine every two days. Still keep going down on the hole. That sucker is deep. I don't know how deep it is from the top here. So it's 14 feet to this shelf. And I think this shelf's probably 2.5 feet, 3 feet. Something like that. Tape springs wore out in it. Yeah, that's about 16.5 feet deep right now on the surface. I guess that's it for the day. I'll be back on it again tomorrow.